Well, good evening from a very windy East Midlands Airport. Welcome back to Live Flight Action. Finally making it out on a Tuesday evening for the first time in a couple of weeks. So thank you very much for joining us again this evening. We'll be here just after 8 PM this evening. So a little while longer to watch all the action yet. First making its way out this evening, Jet 2 service off to Palma. This operated by 737-800 registration, Golf Delta Romeo Tango Papa. This one is 11 years old. I'm just leaving the apron a few minutes ago. Japan in the direction of runway 27. Here's the runway we're on this evening. You see in the distance the Atlas Air there, and the one at 747 as well. So we get set up then for the Jet 2. We'll take a look at all those arrivals and departures as well very shortly. As I say, it is extremely windy this evening, so hopefully everything stays tied down. We've got wind currently at 18 knots. It feels a little bit more intense than that. Hopefully staying dry throughout the rest of this evening's stream. The Jet 2 service off to Palma then, making its way onto runway 27 now, leaving just before what was the TUI service off to Rhodes this evening. That operated by 737 MAX, registration Golf Tango Uniform Mike Foxtrot, and the Ryanair service to Alicante, 737-800 registration on Honor Echo India Delta Papa Papa. Jet 2 lining up on 27 then, and one with takeoff clearance now. Try my best to keep everything as focused and as stable as you can this evening. So unfortunately, you're very much up against it with the elements again. There we go, the Jet 2 making its way down towards us now. Wow, that wind is immensely intense. Just I'm going to tangle up some of these cables and I'll try and get a better view of that Jet 2 if we can stay on it. There we go, and we're just disappearing off into the distance there. And we're currently at about 2,000 feet as it makes its way down towards the south now. And we'll have a look at all the rest of the arrivals and departures into East Midlands this evening. There we go, making its way away from the airfield now. Let's focus on the DHL ramp then in front of us. 777s there in on the end stands. There are 767s there in the middle as well. And on the end, solitary 767 taking that spot. And a very much empty on the remote stands this evening. Just the 737 in front of us there. If we look around on the apron, passenger apron, just a Ryanair aircraft. It looks like one of the Flyforce 737s in the distance there as well. And then right down the very bottom, the Atlas Air 747 there on the end stand. The fire truck just making its way back inside this evening. try and bring that atlas a little bit closer into focus there. So thank you very much for sticking with us this evening. It's turned out to be another very windy one indeed. The DHL in from Kennedy is just overhead North Wales now, making its way down towards Wrexham. That one is about 20 minutes away from us. Registration on that one this evening, Golf Delta Hotel Lima Echo. Immensely windy indeed up here to this evening. Let's have a look a little bit further afield, and they're on a service in from Shannon this evening. That one departing about 20 minutes ago. Still about 35 minutes to run. That one is overhead Dublin at the minute at 37,000 feet. And it looks like a number of aircraft making their way up from the south just over France, and about to make their way over the coast of Ireland as well. DHL service in from Cincinnati this evening. That one should be with us in about 50 minutes. That one's probably about 10 minutes or so from making it over the coast of Ireland. Like it's going to head north of Galway, straight across overhead Dublin, and then across North Wales in towards East Midlands. So look further north, nothing on the radar just yet. A little bit further east, services making their way out down towards the south. They're on a service back in from Palma this evening, and that one is making its way heading for Cherbourg at the minute. Its current trajectory. That one should be with us in about 55 minutes. It's the last little bit of France to make its way across this evening. Next arrival will be that service in from Kennedy, as operated by the 767-300 registration Golf Delta Hotel Lima Echo. This one is 15 years of age. Flight time should be approaching 6 hours by the time it reaches us. Let's have a look at the departures then for this evening. We'll pan off that Atlas 747 just for the time being. A little bit further around, just see the one 747 in the distance down there. That one moving stand was in front of us last week. Now entering back into regular service from East Midlands. Let's just spin you around, and we'll have a look on the DHL ramp for the time being. The 777 just in the process of being unloaded this evening. There we go. We'll try and get as focused as we can. There you go, a little bit bumpy. Very much in the elements this evening. So look at some of those arrivals then. The Rhino service in from Palma, that was due in round about now. That one is delayed by about 50 minutes this evening, due in just after 6:30. And that service in from JFK, that one indeed delayed as well. That one should have been with us about 10 minutes ago, 10-15 minutes ago. That one should be with us just before 6 p.m, about 5 to 6 this evening, so not too long at all before that one is with us. Rhino service in from Shannon at 6:15, and then that 777 in from Cincinnati at 8:30 this evening. The RVL service from the Isle of Man at 7 p.m, and the Rhino service in from Dublin just after 7 this evening. Rhino service in from Vraslav is making its way towards us now. That one is delayed by about 15 minutes or so. That one is due in just before 20 past 7 currently. And the Chewy service in from Palma, that one is currently on time. 777 making its way over from Leipzig should be with us at about 10 to 8 this evening. And the UPS service in from Philadelphia, that one should be with us at about 8:15 this evening. That one shortly either followed are just making its way in behind the service from Faro. That one is the Malta Air Service, making its way in from Faro this evening, and we'll likely end on that service in from Faro, or the DHL service in from Reykjavik. So we'll try to keep going until about 8:15 this evening, if not a little bit earlier, depending on how severe the wind gets this evening. Well, let's have a look at some of the departures while we wait for that first service to arrive into us this evening. First service of a stream. Ryanair service off to Malaga then. That one should be departing in about 10 or 15 minutes time, which we'll be able to see it on stand if we just move the camera across there. There you go, zoom in just a little bit more. So Ryanair service there should be making its way to Malaga at 10 to 6 this evening. The Atlas that we saw in the distance, that one is off to Hangzhou this evening. Or Hangzhou. That one is estimated to depart at about 6:10, so probably the next 30 minutes. That one looks like it is in the process of being loaded up down there. So fingers crossed we see that one out this evening. If you did miss the 747, I think it was the Icelandic, I think that's the right way of saying it, out of East Midlands on last Thursday's stream. Definitely go back and have a look at that one. That one departed just before 6 p.m. You're able to see the timestamp in the bottom of the screen to check the departure time of that one. Fingers crossed the Atlas Air performs a very similar takeoff this evening. So the conditions on Thursday were almost exactly the same as they are at the minute. Maybe a little spreezier, but should make for some interesting takeoffs this evening. The Ryanair service off to Palma, that one was due out at 6:05, now due out at 7 p.m. And the Aerologic back off to Leipzig, that one is due at 5 to 7 this evening. The Ryanair service to Valencia, estimated departure time of 7:30, followed by the service to Wrocław at 7:35, and that one will likely be the last departure of this evening's stream. So we are in the grounds of the Aeropark this evening. If you want any information about the Aeropark, have a look at the website in the stream description below. It'll take you to the Aeropark's webpage and should hold all the information you need to know about how to find them, admission prices, times, and all of the aircraft on static display here to have a look around. So finishing just a little later this earlier this evening than we usually do. Volunteers kindly giving up their time this evening, so we'll follow them out once they've finished whatever they're working on this evening. I think with the wind as well, it'll probably be a good show. So hopefully the Ryanair starts moving in about 10 minutes or so. So I think last passengers are just boarded on that one, or have just boarded. See if we can get just a little bit closer for you this evening. There you go, hopefully that's a little bit better. Should be able to make out those last passengers making their way onto the aircraft, and that fueling truck making its way to the just forward of that aircraft. It's like it's just next to the aircraft there. And I will, if I can find it, get the air traffic in my ear so we can have a listen in and see what is going on around us this evening. And thank you very much to everybody who's joining us already on this evening's stream. Good to have you all with us. Ian, Hazel, Richard, Emma, Ben, straight ahead. 8th day. Thank you all for joining us this evening. The Groovy Gang, good to see you in the chat. Thank you very much for being with us. So hopefully in about 6, subject to everything going to plan, we should see the Atlas departing out of East Midlands. And of course keep an eye in that direction for any movements taking place. But if we see that one pushing back, or indeed if I hear that one requesting to be pushed back, we'll of course pan around in that direction. Try and watch as much of the taxi down towards runway 27 as we can. So it's slightly obscured by the view from the by the trees here this evening. We should get an amazing view of the last of the takeoff roll and the rotation as well, as those aircraft make their way past us this evening. So let me get the other set of headphones on. Turn the volume down so I can deafen myself. And that should be a little bit better. And a bit more information available to us now then. So now we've got all that set up, let's have a little pan around at the airfield this evening. The Airlogic just in front of us there. You can keep everything tied down. So that one in from Delhi. Landing at about 5 to 5 this evening. Registration on that one, Delta Alpha Lima Charlie. Flight time on that one was 8 hours and 43 minutes. Let's see if that one is going back out this evening. There's indeed an estimated departure time of 5 to 7 this evening, making its way back over to Leipzig. That's probably in about an hour's time. We should hopefully see that one make its way back out. There's been a little bit of a delay on the 777s of late at East Midlands. A closer look at the 737 there. The Airlogics were quite fighting for stand space. Having to make do with perching on the apron for a little while. Let's try and get a bit of focus on if we can. It's a little bit difficult this evening with the camera bouncing around. Where are we? Let's try and find a little bit of information on this one then. So that is indeed another West Atlantic 737, that one a 300 series. First entered into service with United Airlines back in 1988. 37.5 years old, that airframe. So I look down in the direction of the Atlas 747 then again. Keep the Ryanair on screen just for the time being, so we can keep an eye on how that one is progressing. So no one requesting to push back just yet. Hopefully in the next few minutes we'll start to hear a bit of noise from the aircraft. So hopefully we shall try and get 2 streams in this week. The weather on Thursday is looking a bit ropey at the minute. There's some services or some weather services reporting the weather is going to be fine by this time on Thursday. Others saying it will be very much a bit of a downpour. So I'll keep an eye on it and we will schedule the stream accordingly. Of course, if the weather's like this, just let's say just a bit windy, but if it is conditions as it is now, I'll definitely try and make it out. Right, I'll try and click this microphone on a little bit better so it doesn't fly off. There we go, hopefully it's tucked in. So good visibility with us this evening as well. A lot of cloud around. Of course, an immense amount of wind gusting towards us. So it should be quite an interesting takeoff for the 747 a little later. Still coasting at 18 knots, temperature at 17 degrees at the minute, so it's not too bad at all. Try and move a little bit of this equipment out of the way. So that service in from Kennedy, fully established on the ILS, now they're making its way down towards us. That one at 2,500 feet, currently over East Leak. So we'll stay in the direction of the Atlas 747. See if we can make out any operations taking place there. It's just a little bit obscured by the higher ground there in between us and the runway. But we'll keep in this direction nevertheless with the Ryanair on screen as well. That one should hopefully be moving anytime soon. With the service in from JFK this evening, making its way down towards Kegworth now. That one at 2,000 feet, 130 knots. Very challenging descent into East Midlands this evening. We'll stay in this direction. Catch that one as it lands in. Hopefully it lands in anyway. So this one is still a little higher. Hopefully no go arounds this evening. It's definitely pushing me around up here on the mount. So that service just over the runway threshold now, so we're just listening to the radio there. That Atlas is indeed ready to start pushing back. Ground crew just having a bit of difficulty relaying their messages on board, though, it seems. Where is that Kennedy service? taking a little longer to reach us than anticipated. Radar again with us this evening. There we go, that service in from JFK landing into East Midlands. Trying to make this one as smooth as we possibly can. This one vacating just a little further on this evening. That one safely vacating and down into East Midlands this evening. We'll stay with this one just for the time being. The Ryanair still with that rear stair attached for the time being. That's in the distance. Not quite ready to push just yet. There we go, just making a noise on the radio now. That one is requested to push back and start now. So they may well be departing on time this evening. We'll watch the 767 onto stand just for the time being, and then we shall pan around in the direction of the Atlas Air 747 again this evening. It sounds like they're just having a bit of an issue communicating from the ground to the flight deck this evening. So the traffic control coordinating the movements in the airfield between the ground and the aircraft. Casey, good evening to you, and Davey as well. Jusegi, good evening to you, thank you very much for joining us. Let's try and just turn a little further up. Okay. Kennedy service pulling in onto stand there this evening. Try and get the focus sorted out as well. Hopefully that's a little better. A bit difficult to tell with the with being bumped around a little bit this evening. So as that one pulls onto stand, so a quick look at the Ryanair in the distance. That doesn't look like anything has changed much since we last looked, although that rear stair may have just been moved out of place. There we go. Looks like it's just moving away from the rear of the aircraft now. So hopefully that one should be ready to push back in the next few minutes. The Atlas Air is definitely ready at that end. More than I can hear anyway. So hopefully it won't be too much of a challenging takeoff for that one this evening. Should have pretty much a clear view of that one departing straight out towards the west. Presumably that one will bank down towards the south. Looks like the clouds in front thinning out just a little bit. So hopefully we'll get a good view of that one as it makes that left hand turn. Starts its turn towards the south. So look then at the radar, see what else is happening this evening. That's also not picking up just yet. The runner service in from Shannon this evening is about 15 minutes away from us now. That one is currently over leak at 15,000, just passing through 15,000, making his way down through 14,800 feet now. Registration then on the inbound from Shannon this evening, Echo India, Echo November Hotel, 737-800, and this one is 14 years of age, delivered in 2010. It's been 14 and a half years so of age on the airframe. So the ground crew underneath that 767 there, just making preparations to start before anything else gets blown away this evening. Let's have a look back down in the direction of runway 27 then, and the Atlas Air. In the direction of the Atlas Air. Let's point camera down just a little bit. There we go. Hopefully start to watch this one push back in the next couple of minutes. We may possibly see this one push back before the arrival of that service in from Shannon. That one is currently making its way just north of Ashbourne now, passing through 12,500 feet. Nothing from the Ryanair in front of us, just at the bottom left of the screen. Should be making its way out to Malia anytime soon. And the Atlas expected to depart at about 6:10 this evening. So when we were here last Thursday, when the weather fared a little bit better, the Atlantic Icelandic, I think I've got that right. That one did indeed depart on time, pinging up on radar just a few minutes before. That one very much keeping to its schedule. That one right in front of us, the Atlas Air, is currently pinging up, departing out to Hangzhou this evening. Registration November 472 Mike Charlie. This one is 32 years of age, delivered in October 1992. And they're on just requesting to push and start. That one now picking up on the radar off to Malaga this evening. Registration on the outbound then. Echo India Foxtrot Zulu 737 MAX 800. This one is coming up to 3 years of age this year, delivered in December 2022. So let's have a look at that next arrival, and the Ryanair service in from Shannon. That one is currently north of Derby at the minute, passing through 9,500 feet. It's currently at about 290 knots. That one is about 10 minutes away from us, as per the radar. The Atlas Air just pushing, and the Ryanair as well. We'll focus on the Atlas Air in the distance if we can for the time being. There we go, let's get the Ryanair off screen, so I managed to reach over. Fingers crossed we do a good job of catching this one out of East Midlands this evening. So it's not so often we manage to see these 747s, well, I've managed to see these 747s departing out of runway 27. Quite a good run of seeing all the arrivals and departures on 09. Managed to catch a couple of good shots, especially of the one air right in the background there, departing out on 27 to a very orange sky indeed. If you did miss that stream, the short video we did after it, definitely go back and have a look through the channel at that one. is quite a departure. With the Atlas in the distance then, pushing off stand. That one should start getting towed back around, pointing east, and then start up all four of those engines before making its way down on the taxiway to the start of 27. Running service off to Malaga. Going through exactly the same procedure now, albeit just a little further up the airfield. That one just in the bottom left of the screen. Running service in from Shannon and making its way towards the centre of Nottingham now at 6,300 feet. We may well see this one land into East Midlands first. So the Atlas Air then looking like it's making its way down towards taxiway now under its own power. We'll take the Ryanair off screen just for a minute. Watch this one as it makes its way down towards the One Air 747. Pigeon just about clinging on there. There we go, the Atlas Air 747 making its way down towards the start of the taxiway now. Just a short hop down to the threshold for runway 27. See which one either makes it in or out first. Resuming the service from Shannon will take priority over the Atlas Air. The bit of an extended approach into 27. Yeah, that one is holding there for the time being. So we shall stick with the Atlas Air on screen now as we wait for that inbound service from Shannon. Just bring the Ryanair up as well. No movement on that one just yet, although the anti-collision beacon light is pinging away. Just receiving clearance to begin its taxi now. So that one, as you can see, is just moving off. Let that one disappear. Pick back up with it. Get my words out in just a couple of minutes. That one pretty quickly. Making its way down towards the Atlas Air there. Let's just have a look where that inbound is from Shannon this evening. Just making a right turn onto the approach 427 now. That one at 3,700 feet at 162 knots. And I think I'm going to change my hat for something a little bit warmer. That wind is immensely cold. Pick that up as well, make sure it doesn't fly away from me. service in from Shannon, established by ILS now. Continuing its approach in towards runway 27. That's a little bit better. The Ryanair service to Malaga, maybe trying to just sneak a little bit in front of the inbound from Shannon. See where that turns. Yeah, that one intercepted just a little early there. So should be making his way up before the arriving service from Shannon this evening. So looking like it's looked to continues on to 27. It definitely does like it is. The Ryanair service out to Malaga will be out first. The Atlas Air still very much down in the distance. There we go. Next outbound then will be that Ryanair service off to Malaga this evening. Let's get it set up in preparation for watching that one out then. Already making its way down runway 27. Ryanair outbound to Malaga this evening, and that service in from Shannon just being given clearance to land in now. The Atlas Air still in the distance. Just keep it there just for a minute while I adjust a couple of bits in a bit of from underneath me. Go, just a little bit better. It looks like the Vulcan Air is making its way out as well now. That one just disappearing underneath the dip in the taxiway there. This one back off out on operation again. Was circling over the M1 earlier. Atlas Air making its way out towards 27 now in the distance. There we go, we shall leave that one to the trees. Just a few seconds. That Ryanair service in from Shannon, just passing across the threshold now. That one should be with us imminently. Vulcan Air waiting to make its way on to runway 27. There we go, that Ryanair service in from Shannon this evening. for the Vulcan in just a few seconds as we watch this one make its way onto the taxiway. Hopefully the Vulcan going to be on a relatively short takeoff. Yeah, that one lifted up. Let's try and catch this one as it makes its way up this evening. There we go. Wow, that one definitely battling against the wind now. That one turning right above us. Very eager to get it out of the way of the 747. Let's have a look where that one is now. That one just waiting to line up on runway 27. The Vulcan indeed turning right over the aeropark this evening. I've not seen him do that before. It's a very calm manoeuvre. The Atlas ready to depart out of East Midlands now. The one being given clearance to start its takeoff roll. Then the Atlas making its way towards us now. Making the takeoff look very effortless there this evening in the wind. There we go, that one starting to make its turn towards the south now. Try and stick with this one as far as we can. Being passed off to London Control now, and passing through 3,000 feet. Really kicking up now. So all four of those engines contributing to the gust this evening. Still very good visibility in the distance. Looks like it's Getting that clearer. This one makes its way down towards the south. There we go. I'll stick with this one just for a little longer. Then we'll make pan across and have a look at the Ryanair this evening, making its way in from Shannon. This one pretty much circling the entirety of the south of the airfield there. It's getting just a little bit greyer in the distance. I think we'll finally lose this one to the cloud. Try to stay with it until it disappears into that cloud in just a few seconds time. There we go. The Atlas off to Hangzhou this evening, disappearing just into the cloud towards the south of the airfield. Let's have a look at the Ryanair then. Just hiding away there. A little more focus if we can. There you go, hopefully that's a little bit better. So look at those next arrivals and departures then. The DHL 777 in from Cincinnati, registration Delta Alpha Alpha Lima Quebec. That one is at 8,800 feet just north of Derby now. That one is about 8 minutes away from us. And approaching from the south, just east of Leicester, the Ryanair service in from Palma this evening. Registration on that one, Echo India Echo Golf Alpha. That one at 6,000 feet now. So thank you very much to everybody joining us from East Midlands again this evening, from the grounds of the Aeropark Museum in our regular streaming spot. We're up here on a mound, taking the brunt of the wind this evening. So if you're just joining us and missed the departure of the Atlas Air making its way off to Hangzhou this evening, have a look back through the stream. By about 5 minutes or so, you'll see that one lift off runway 27 and make its way directly in front of us. So apart from the wind, it's not a very bad evening at all out here. We've seen much worse over the past few months. It looks like the Vulcan is making its way northeast now, or towards the northeast, just orbiting over Kegworth there, and then making its way up towards the northeast. So look at those next arrivals. Looks like you might see the Ryanair in first. That one is at 4,200 feet now, and the 777 in from Cincinnati, that one at 7,500 feet. Ground crew just moving into place then on the Ryanair there in front of us. So look where that one is outbound to this evening. like anything filed at the minute. So the service off to Palma. That one is being operated by the inbound service from Palma. The service to Valencia in about an hour's time. And then that one followed by the service to Raslav. Does it look like any of those aircraft making their way? That aircraft making its way out this evening. A couple of departures first thing tomorrow morning to Murcia and Rias, but nothing I can see filed at the minute for this one. Apologies for the nose there, bit of a runny nose. So look a little bit further east then, the Ryanair service in from Vraslav. That one at 38,000 feet, making its way towards the Netherlands now. Just about to leave Germany now. Indeed, just left Germany. The DHL 777 in from Leipzig. That one is at 36,000 feet, having left Leipzig about 15 minutes ago. That one with an hour and a quarter left to run this evening. The Jewish service in from Palma. That one also at 36,000 feet, making its way north of Bordeaux now. That one approximately same arrival time as the service from Leipzig, about an hour and a quarter. We may well see that 777 land in first, followed by that Jewish service. But next in on the approach now, and just requesting. I'm just talking to air traffic, just missed that bit, sorry. The Ryanair service in from Palma, that one should be fully established. Just a minute or so. That one will be next to land in to East Midlands this evening. Currently at 2,500 feet. And that 777 in from Cincinnati, just south of Nottingham now, about to make a right-hand turn in a couple of minutes onto the approach as well. Ryanair service in from Dublin then is about 15 minutes away from us. That one is operated by a 9-year-old 737-800. That one Maltese registered, operated by Malta Air. Registration on that one is 9 Hotel Quebec Bravo Kilo. Oh, it's definitely turned a bit chilly now. So it wouldn't be too bad if the wind died off a bit. It's the Ryanair pretty much quiet over there for the time being. So we shall have a look round as that next Ryanair makes its way towards us. Now that inbound from JFK. So camera properly adjusted and battle with the wind. There we go, that one just next to the Aerologic. The Aerologic 777 on stand there should be making its way out as well this evening, back over to Leipzig. That one arriving into East Midlands from Delhi a little earlier on. As you can see there, the majority of the cargo from that 767 making its way off now. So look then on the approach, looks like Ryanair is just over Kegworth now, making its way down through 900 feet. Team there with the bird scares on this evening. So there is quite a lot of birds around the airfield, scattered around the edge of the airfield, all trying to take shelter from the wind. So look in the direction of 27 and I'll leave that service in from JFK. Ryanair service in from Palma, making its way down towards us. Making a very sharp exit from the runway there. So this one should be making the return back out to Palma as well this evening. Should hopefully see that one out. I think that one is due out in about an hour's time. Let's have a quick look again on radar. Yeah, that is delayed this evening. Well, the inbound is delayed. Should have been with us about 25 minutes ago. This one should be making its way out at about 7 PM, so in about half an hour's time. That service to Palma will be making its way back out. 777 in from Cincinnati should be the next to land then. Try and keep focused on the Ryanair and do three things at once. There we go. 777 in from Cincinnati, just overhead Kegworth then. That one at 1,300 feet at the minute. Right, sneaking off towards the back then. So I'll look where that one makes its way onto stand this evening. See if it makes its way a little further forward. Yep, that one is indeed sneaking a little bit further forward this evening. There we go, right next to the Flyfor 737 on that front stand as well. Just passing over the runway threshold then, that 777 in from Cincinnati. Shall keep in this direction for the time being as we await the arrival of that one. Flight time this evening on the service from Cincinnati, 6 hours and 42 minutes. On a service from Palma, 2 hours and 8 minutes. There we go. So this one should be vacating imminently. There we go, slowing down to make the turn. For a couple of minutes as it makes its way towards its stand for the evening. Ryanair service in from Dublin is about 5 minutes away from us now. That one passing through 7,800 feet. Registration again on that one, 9 Hotel Quebec Bravo Kilo. Service in from the Isle of Man, not too far behind that service in from Dublin. That one, of course, operated by the Cessna Caravan. Pretty much a regular visitor on all of our streams here at East Midlands. Midlands. That one is about 10 minutes away from us at 7,600 feet. I can only imagine that one is immensely battling against the winds this evening. So 777 slowly making its way towards Stanton. Let's just make sure everything is still firmly tied down, looks like it is. Check it on the power as well, make sure everything is good. Yeah, looks like all good for the time being. So let's have a look. That next arrival service in from Dublin, just south of Nottingham now then. The Rhino service in from Wrocław, just about to leave the Netherlands. That service in from Leipzig is still over Germany. That one about to make its way over the Netherlands. Should be passing south of Amsterdam, directly, or routing directly over Rotterdam. The Atlas Air that left us about 20 minutes ago is just leaving the coast now. That one with still 11.5 hours left to run over to England this evening. The Rhino service in from Dublin, turning then, making its way down towards the approach for runway 27, and the 777 in from Cincinnati. Let's get a little bit of a closer look on that one. Hopefully bringing that one into a bit of a better view. Excuse me. Good evening to you, everybody joining us in a chat as well. Very good to see you all again. A quick scroll through. Apologies that I've been away for a few minutes. But Mark, good evening to you. Andy as well. Maurice and Alan, thank you very much for joining us. Service in from Dublin and turning on to final approach now. That one at 3,000, or passing through, sorry, through 3,200 feet now. On at 186 knots, just east of East League. That one with 3 or 4 minutes left to run this evening. Receiving a clearance to land in onto 27 then. So that wind is reported at 17 knots at the minute. We're showing about 19 knots. But it's a pretty constant wind in this direction at the minute. It's a slight crosswind. I think the direction is 20 degrees at the minute, something like that. Tell the camera is just a little bit bumpy. So let's try and have a quick look over in the distance then on the passenger apron. So look at the bottom of the screen. To the two runners in from Shannon this evening, making its way across. That may very well just be a ferry flight across to East Midlands this evening. Of course, on service here from Palmer, just in the distance next to the Fly4 737. The 747 still off in the distance. I think that one is outbound this evening. So, yeah, that one off to Jiangsu in China as well. That one scheduled to depart about 9:10 this evening. So a little after then we'll be streaming until, unfortunately, but at least we managed to get that Atlas departing out of East Midlands this evening. Right, our service in from Dublin then. That one over Kegworth now at 1,200 feet, making its way down to runway 27. So we give that one just another couple of minutes. In that direction. The apron getting a little bit more popular now. The DHL apron as well this season, filling up very nicely. So it was a bit tight on Thursday stream, not a lot of space left over there at all. Pretty much every stand bar the remote stands were taken up. There's only a couple of those left as well. So a very popular evening for freight last Thursday evening. Apologies for any wind noise as well. I'm trying to mitigate it as best we can. So look in the direction of 27 then. Service in from Dublin, just about touching down. There we go. So we'll have a look at a few details on this one in just a minute. Nicely vacate, and we'll have a look at its flight time this evening. See if this one is back off as well. Or back off out of East Midlands this evening, should I say. Service in from the Isle of Man on the approach 427 as well, and the Ryanair service in from Dublin, flight time 42 minutes this evening. Just try and keep up with that one if we can. And the aircraft in front of us should be making its way out to Valencia about 7:30 this evening. Service in from the Isle of Man, being given clearance to land. Thank you all again for joining us this evening. If you're new to the channel, please do consider subscribing. We're out here every Tuesday and Thursday at East Midlands. So from our usual spots in the grounds of the Aeropark. Thank you again to all our returning subscribers and of course and members as well this evening for joining us. Continued support for the channel. So they've grown really well over the past few months here at East Midlands. Very proud of all the work we do with the Aeropark here as well. So thank you very much for all of your continued support for our work and of course the volunteers here as well. one finally making an appearance then. Warming my hands up a little bit. So not been this cold for some time. It's only a couple of weeks ago. It's only with t-shirt and shorts on it was that warm. Forward stands this evening. Presumably then the aircraft in the towards the rear then is going back out this evening. The RVL service just disappearing off the radar then, as it typically does. Found a service in from Wrocław. He's about 30 minutes away from us now. That one is heading towards Southend-on-Sea at the minute, making its way just north of there towards Chelmsford. And that one is being closely followed by the service in from Leipzig. That one with still reporting a 55 minute endurance. As it just leaves Germany, making its way into the Netherlands there. Another 777 starting up in Leipzig as well, making its way in towards East Midlands. That one departs anytime soon. It should be with us in about an hour and 30 minutes. So we may or may not pick that one up on this evening's stream. So they're probably finishing 8:15 this evening. Chewy service in from Parma then, making its way towards us. That one's still up front. Just over Laval in France, making its way up towards Cherbourg at the minute. That one should be with us in about 50 minutes. Registration Golf Tango Uniform Mike Golf. That one is a 737 MAX. 6 years of age on that one. First flight in February 2019. And the service in from Faro, operated by the Malta Air Delivery. 737 MAX. That one is about an hour and 25 minutes away from us. So if the service from Leipzig doesn't depart anytime soon, looks like it's on its way, we'll likely end with that service in from Faro this evening. That one is currently at 36,000 feet, cruising at 446 knots. Registration 9 Hotel Victor Uniform Alpha. That one delivered in April 2021, so coming up to, just passing, 4 years of age. Now, just about to pass by on the taxiway will be that service in from the Isle of Man, operated by the Cessna Caravan. Try our best to track this one onto stand this evening. Two options: either to go onto the RVL stand in front of us, or to make its way onto the remote stand next to the DHL 767. Looks like the ground crew just about make them out underneath that 767, so looking like it is heading that way. So I'm going to try my best to keep everything tied down. We shall try and track the RVL onto stand this evening. So this is a regular visitor on our streams. Surprising just how much cargo this one carries as well. The whole ground team over there waiting to jump into action on this one. turning onto the DHL apron now, just past those remote stands. So the Vulcaner is making its way back down towards East Midlands now. So it's like one of the runners over there is just talking to our traffic, requesting a slot to push back. So they'll be making their way in about 20 minutes or so. So I'm just sneaking in back underneath the from this perspective, just underneath the 767, but probably quite a distance past the end of that wingtip there. The engines on that one just shutting down. You can see the propellers just coming to a stop there, and the ground team in front ready to move into place. Sunlight really bouncing off the skin of those aircraft this evening. Looking at then just skirting down the M1 at the minute. See if that one makes a turn onto 27, currently at 900 feet, 97 knots on that one. So they're making a sharp turn onto 27 this evening, so let's have pan around in that direction and yes, they make their way towards us. So they're looking at vacating Sierra then. Should hopefully be coming into view in a minute. You can get a little obscured with the fence there. Oh, it's definitely getting chilly on my hands in a minute. Just turning off in the distance then. Just about make that one in. A little bit closer if we can. There we go, just about to see top of the wing there. This evening. First, as we were making our way to the airport, M1 was closed for just a little while. not sure if we're going to make it on this evening. Looking at just circling, or orbiting should I say, for quite some time. So the incident was dealt with. There we go, back in for the second time this evening. The Vulcan Air making its way down the taxiway back towards stand. Fair enough. Let's look at the progress on the 777. Making its way up to Leipzig. This evening, scheduled to depart right about now. Just have a quick look on the radar and I'll catch up on the chat. Thank you again for everybody who's joining us from East Midlands this evening. First stream of the week. Yes, that one did have an estimated departure time of 5 to 7 this evening, but that one still very much on stand. It's like last bits of cargo making their way on board this evening. So hopefully flight crew start contacting control in just a few minutes time, requesting to push back and start. Good to see everybody in the chat as well. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. It's good to have you all with us. Hope you're a bit warmer where you are this evening. It's turned a little bit cold now. So the sun just keeps peeking through the clouds, bringing a bit of warmth with it. That wind is just blasting us this evening. Thank you, nevertheless. Good to have you all with us again. So look then on the next arrivals. That Ryanair service in from Wrocław making its way towards Stevenage at the minute, just a little way east of Luton. That one making its way up towards Northampton and Leicester, and then finally making a left-hand turn onto the approach for runway 27. Further south, just leaving east of Cherbourg, is the service in from Palma, the Chewy service in from Palma. That one with an estimated endurance this evening, or remaining endurance, of about 40 minutes, 35-40 minutes. Just passing over a little bit of weather there. The UPS service in from Philadelphia to the western. That one making its way towards the coast of Ireland now at 37,000 feet. Speed on that one 502 knots at present. Registration November 332 Uniform Papa. As I say, that one with about an hour and a quarter left to run, so it may just see that one in. Service in from farther than the Malta Air 737 MAX. That one should be arriving just a few minutes before the service in from Philadelphia, with about an hour and 10 minutes to run. That one over the Bay of Biscay at the minute. Let's bring up the apron camera as well. There you go. service in from Leipzig, or the first of the services in from Leipzig, just leaving the coast of the Netherlands, passing just south of Rotterdam, taking a very similar path as a service in from Vraslav. That one should be with us in about 35 to 40 minutes as well. And then let's have a look a little further east. The second service in from Leipzig. That one just departing with about an hour and 15 minutes left to run. So we may well indeed catch that one arriving in as well this evening. So it should be the UPS service in from Philadelphia, followed by the service in from Faru, operated by the Malta Air 737 MAX, and then hopefully final aircraft in on this evening's stream, ending in about an hour and 15 minutes this evening, will be that last service in from Leipzig. That one with about an hour and a quarter left to run. Right, so I need a little bit more power, so if you bear with me just a couple of minutes, I'm going to go and get just one extra cable. So I shall leave you with a view of that 777. I shall be back in about 30 seconds. Right, power cable. Let's get that plugged in. Switch that one on. Power into there. There you go. Oh, a very chilly evening it's turned out to be. The visibility is still quite good, probably good 20 to 25 miles from where we are at the minute. So pretty much all the way down to the south towards Leicester, over towards Nottingham, and across to Derby as well. Anybody joining us for the first time as well, as soon as you give you a quick pan around where we are this evening in terms of location. Just take that off there. See the Nimrod in front of us there. Just in the distance, basking in the sunlight there. Of the Aeropark this evening. So if you want any details of the Aeropark, to find them. The aircraft they have on display, admissions on the price as well. Have a look at the website in the stream description below. All the details will be in there. So look at the 777 then, that one in from Cincinnati. Currently in the process of being offloaded. So we should be back out on Thursday evening as well, weather dependent. So it was forecast to be a little bit different than this evening, a bit more rain on its way over, so hopefully that dodges us. We have a very similar evening to this evening. John, good to see you. Thank you very much for jumping in this evening. Hope all's well with you. Runner service in from Wrocław then is about 15 minutes away from us now, just north of Northampton. That service in from Leipzig, the first service in from Leipzig, is about 10 minutes away from reaching the coast. That one should be making its way just south of Colchester and making its way up just north of London, up towards Luton, and then in towards Leicester before making that turn onto runway 27. The Chewy service then is just southeast of the Isle of Wight at the minute. That one is going to make its way over Chichester, looks like. That one should then just skirt around Heathrow and then make its way up towards East Midlands. So we shouldn't be too far away from the first of those Ryanair services making their way off stand this evening. And the time slot they were given just a few minutes earlier. It's about 18 minutes past, I think. So in the next 10 minutes or so we should see activity over there. And there we go, the Ryanair pushing off stand. This one back off to Palmer this evening. Saw this one arriving just a short while ago on the inbound from Palmer. Registration again, Echo India Echo Golf Alpha 737-800. This one is 15 years of age, going to 16 years of age this year. Just being lost in the background there. Just about see that one now. Being pushed on position over there on the apron, ready to start up. Smells like the wind is getting even stronger up here at the minute. Definitely getting colder. The service in from Wrocław then, just approaching south of Leicester now. That one at 9,300 feet. So we'll keep an eye on in the distance, see if we can try and track that one as it makes its way towards runway 27. But there is quite a lot of cloud in that direction at the minute. Second Ryanair to Valencia over in the distance then. That one requesting to push back in the start. Off stand in just a few minutes as well. Just waiting for service to Palmer to proceed onto the taxiway. It's definitely a good choice. Brought a windproof jacket this evening. Otherwise that would be freezing cold. choice to finish it a little earlier this evening. Everything is taking a good battering from the wind. So the Airlogic 777 just a few stands down there. Looks like that one is all closed up now, ready to start making its preparations to depart from East Midlands this evening. That's the ground crew making their way down the stairs there. Phil, CB and Stephen, good evening to all of you as well. Thank you very much for joining us. Yeah, Phil, it is extremely windy at the minute. If you look on the bottom of the screen, it should give you the temperature down there. Currently just below 17 degrees at the minute where we are, so not too cold at all. A bit colder with the wind chill. Yes, it's extremely windy at the minute. Run a service in from Vraslav, then turning onto the approach 427, and that service to Palma, making its way down on the taxiway. That service to Valencia should be pushing back any time soon, as well as the Airlogic 777 in front of us there. Keep in the direction of the 777 just for the time being. And as soon as the service to Palma makes its way down to 7, pan across and watch that one rotating in front of us this evening. Sorry, 737 service in from Vraslav. Looking at the 777 making its way over as well. That one is established now on the approach, making its way down towards us. Just a couple of minutes left for that one to run. Looks like the service to Palma just holding short. So a little further south there, the Chewy in from Palma this evening. That one currently passing through 25,700 feet. That one is about 25 minutes out. And that service in from Leipzig, the 777 in from Leipzig this evening, operated by DHL, currently passing through 28,500 feet. That one should be with us in about 25 minutes as well. So that Palma service just disappearing off the radar. Sounds like that one may be making its way towards us. If not, we will face in this direction for the time being. So we have the arrival of that service in from Vraslav. One is just making its way towards Kegworth at the minute. Just a couple of minutes now. service is still holding down there, just disappearing off the radar, and we're giving way to that service from Wrocław. Nothing on the airlogic 777 just yet. Service to Valencia still on standard distance as well. So a quick look in the distance as that service in from Wrocław makes its way down towards us then. See, I think it's the aircraft on a very back stand there, the Ryanair. That one should be off to Valencia anytime soon. It has indeed turned out to be an extremely windy afternoon and evening. Now go then. Ryanair service in from Wrocław, landing onto runway 27. Persevere with the tripod. In the distance, someone off the engine if it's from the vicinity. Flight time on that one then this evening, 1 hour and 56 minutes. Apologies for the jitter and the just getting some hands this evening, a little bit too much. 777 pinging up on radar then, but should be pushing back anytime soon. And that service to Palma, giving clearance to take off on runway 27. Let's have a look in that distance then. So that service to Valencia is also pinging up now. Very early rotation for that one there. Turn back this way very quickly as it's extremely cold in the direction of that wind. Let's have a look then at that inbound service from Wrocław. Have a look in a minute at the Aerologic 777. We'll just watch the Ryanair onto stand. Service to Valencia is indeed just starting to push back now as well. for the time being. Let's have a look here in the distance. Aerologic 777. So anti-collision lights just picking away there. This one making its way back off out to Leipzig this evening. Flight time on that one likely be about an hour and 30 minutes. So let's have a look at the progress of the inbound 777 from Leipzig. The Chewy just making its way ahead of that one. That one in from Parma, about 10 minutes out for the Chewy service, and the service in from Leipzig about 10 minutes behind. Radar currently saying about 19 minutes before that one arrives with us. Probably more than likely about 15 minutes, and we'll see that one landing to us on runway 27 this evening. Let's just double check on the next inbound from Leipzig. About an hour for that one to run, so we may not see that one this evening. I think that one is just taking the brunt of the weather there, pushing back its arrival time just a little bit. But the Malta air service in from Faro this evening is about 45 minutes away from us now. That one still at 36,000 feet, cruising at 473 knots. That one again making its way towards Cherbourg at the minute. That one should just skirt past Jersey, over towards Cherbourg, and then up in towards East Midlands. Sorry for missing that one there. Too concentrated on the radar. The Aerologic 777 making its way off stand. There for the time being. I shall change hats again. That's a bit better. So look at those departures, and the Aerologic in front of us making its way over to Leipzig this evening, and the Ryanair service to Valencia just pushing back off stand. So look, let's see if we can catch that one in the distance. Just see that one pushing back. That's the very left of the screen. The engines on the 777 starting up now then. Should be a very good sight. Departing out as well this evening. Get them tied off there. Chewy service about 7 minutes away from us now then. Just east of Leicester, passing through 5,800 feet. Just try a little bit closer. Here's the runner for the time being. A little bit closer on the 777 then. Yeah, logic sounds like it's underway then. Second 777 inbound from Leipzig, about 8 minutes away from us now, just southeast of Leicester. Receiving sexy clearance as well, and that should be making its way up in just a couple of minutes. See if it makes its way just ahead of the Aerologic. Looks like the Ryanair just sneaking out in front of the 777 then. The Chewy on final approach now for runway 27 this evening. Wind just dying down a little now. It starts to subside. Bring back a little warmth. Keep in this direction then for the Chewy on final approach now. Just last on the 777 before it disappears behind the we're out of view. We shall lock off there just for a few minutes then. Let's wait for the Chewie to get a little bit closer to us. So the Chewie will be next in to land down the Ryanair off to Valencia, just holding short on runway 27, giving way to the arriving Chewie aircraft and the 777. We're on that service to Valencia this evening. So look, on the approach then, the 777 from Leipzig is just making a turn onto the approach. That one passing through 3,600 feet now. Registration Delta Alpha Alpha Lima Papa. Flight time this evening of 1 hour and 24 minutes by the time it reaches us. And the Chewie in from Palma, just about 2 hours. About 2 hours and a minute. Registration on that one, Golf Tango Uniform Mike Golf. So the Chewie should become visible just a few seconds. I think the Ryanair may be trying to sneak in just before the service from Leipzig arrives with us. There we go, the Chewie in front of us. Vacating very quickly there. I think the Ryanair may have snuck on. So it's disappeared from radar again, that for me. Yep, and indeed the Ryanair clear for takeoff at the start of 27. 777 in from Leipzig, just overhead East Leak at the minute. We will get back on the Chewie in just a few minutes. Let's knock out the Ryanair as it makes its way out of 27 now. Quickly get it back in position for the arrival of the 777. The Chewie there just making its way off the taxiway. The 777 just passing over Kegworth, keeping this direction on the Chewie just for a minute. Whoops. There we go. 777 just over the runway threshold. Get back on the Chewy in just a few seconds, but there we go. 777 in from Leipzig this evening. So once this one makes its way past us, the Aerologic 777 will be making its way out. Close up of the wing and landing gear and the engine through there this evening. Yeah, logic clear for takeoff now then. Lined up on runway 27. And we shall go back and have a look at that Chewy. Just a few minutes. Logic 777 out of East Midlands this evening, then making its way back over to Leipzig. Sun just shining through as that one departs out. Try and keep up with this one as it makes its left hand turn there. Quick look on the radar, nothing inbound just yet, so let's keep up with this one as much as we can anyway. Weather being a little bit kinder now, a bit more visibility up there. So hope you enjoyed that one. If you missed the Atlas Air 747 departing in East Midlands at about 6 PM, just after 6 PM I think, about 10 past 6. Go back towards the start of the stream. See the clock in the bottom right hand corner. If you have a look back, managed to catch that one depart out in a very gusts really picking up. But there we go, the Aerologic 777 making its way into Leipzig from East Midlands this evening. So look then, back at that Chewy in the distance before we lose that one. the ground services just moving into place. So see those passengers disembark as well from that forward stair. See the sun just starting to break through behind us now. Bring a little bit more warmth with it. So look further south then. Chewy making its way up from Luton this evening. That one just about to depart from Luton. The UPS service in from Philadelphia should be with us in about 30 minutes. Let's have a look at the service in from Faro, then operated by that Malta 737 MAX. And that one should be with us in about 25 minutes. And then the 777 in from Leipzig, still about 40 minutes on that one to run this evening. So may or may not see that one just at the end of the stream. So plans finish about 8:15 this evening. So we'll try and get as many aircraft as we can in on the stream. But we should see out in the next few minutes the Ryanair service back out to Bratislava. Let's see if we can get that one on the secondary camera. There we go, we'll lock that one off. There's that Chewy is disembarking on our service to Bratislava. He's currently boarding. Just about to see the last of those passengers making their way on the rear of the aircraft there. Shouldn't be too long at all before we see the next arrival. So the Chewy service making its way up from Luton at the minute. It's currently set about 40 minutes, definitely not 40 minutes away from Luton. That one should be with us probably in about 15 minutes time. Inbound from Luton then, currently at 5,400 feet. Registration on that one, Golf Tango Uniform Mike Uniform. That one is 6 years of age, delivered in May 2019. That one is indeed about 20 minutes away from us now, making its way up towards Milton Keynes. Service in from Faro. 25 minutes away from us now. That one at 27,000 feet, so starting its descent in towards East Midlands. Still with a speed of about 436 knots at the minute. UPS service in from Philadelphia, operated by the 767-300. Registration again on that one, November 332, Uniform Papa at 33,000 feet. That one coming in at 23 years old, 24 years old in October this year. Flight time on that one, about about 6 hours and 15 minutes or thereabouts. That one is about 30 minutes away from us this evening. It should be landing into East Midlands at about 8:15, and that one will probably be one of the last aircraft we see in on this evening's stream. We should be back out again on Thursday evening though, subject to the weather being as it is now. I think it's going to get a little fairer as the afternoon and evening draws on. I think the majority of the day, depending on which focus you look at, it's going to be a bit miserable. I think very much wet and windy. I will keep an eye out and schedule the streams accordingly. Looks like the last of those passengers making their way off the Chewy now, and hopefully that's all right boarded. That one is making its way to Braslow this evening. Estimated departure time on that one is 10 to 8, so they should be closing up and requesting to push back and start any time soon. Thank you again for joining us from East Midlands this evening. It's been a very windy East Midlands. It's a little bit different to what it's been like over the past few weeks. Fortunate to have much of the good weather with us. Weeks at least, it's going to be very much the same picture weather-wise. Definitely looking like we're in the direction of 27 for quite a while as well. Actually making its way up from Luton then, just north of Milton Keynes now, probably about 15 minutes away from us, currently at 10,000 feet, and the Malta in from Faro, just north of Watford. That one is about 20 minutes away from us now, making its way towards Luton at the minute. That one at just passing through 23,000 feet now. UK service from Philadelphia, currently over North Wales, making its way towards Wrexham. That one should be with us in about 30 minutes. Service out to Braslow, just pinging on the radar now. That one should be making a move anytime soon. It's the hopefully, I think it's the aircraft in the bottom left hand screen there. So the Ryanair aircraft just to the rear right of the apron, made its way in from Shannon a little while ago. Waiting for that one to start and push back. Put a couple of things away. Make it a little bit easier for myself. There we go. Hopefully don't trip over it now. So, looks like the Chewy is all finished disembarking now. Runner making its way out in just a few minutes. So look on the DHL apron then this evening. See what is happening over there. 767 in a process of being worked on now. Channel 7 in very much the same state. The cargo coming off the rear of that aircraft though. Right now, just being given to push back. Sorry, being given permission to push back. Just try and catch that one in the distance if we can. So that one is a bit of an obscure angle at the minute, so it should be a little bit easier to see that one push back and start. There we go. Look on those next inbounds. The Chewy still making its way towards us. That one routing towards us south of Leicester at the minute. And Malta out following very much the same trajectory. Let's have a look a little bit further north. The UPS 767. 20 minutes left to run on that one. Currently just in between Wrexham and Crewe, making its way down towards Stoke-on-Trent. It should be passing north of Derby and towards Nottingham before making that turn on to final approach for runway 27. There we go, the Ryanair pushing now. So not been too bad for departures this evening. A little bit more dense in terms of traffic. Now the summer schedules have started to kick in. It's definitely helped with the increase of aircraft into East Midlands of an evening. Stick with the Ryanair for the next few minutes then as we await the arrival of that Chewy making its way up from Luton. That one about 10 minutes away from us now. Listening out for any activity over there on the DHL room. Doesn't look like anything is on the move just yet. The air lodging was probably the last departure from that vicinity this evening. Yeah, that one ran a little behind schedule as well, though. Almost an hour behind schedule this evening, that one. Right out in front of us then, waiting to depart out to Vraslav this evening. And collision lights just pinging away there. Should be making its way out anytime soon. See which we either see out first or see in first. Maybe the Rhino out, either Chewy in from Luton into East Midlands. Right. Tie those off there. So the last few aircraft making their way towards East Midlands now then. We're probably finishing in the next 15 minutes or so. The UPS service in from Philadelphia is about 10 minutes away from us. Chewy service in from Luton, about 5 minutes away from us now, just north of Leicester. And that service in from Faro, operated by the Malta 737 MAX, is about 10 minutes away from us as well. Runner should be starting to taxi out now then. They've just been given clearance to taxi. There we go, off under its own power. That one will likely be the final departure of this evening's stream. Ready to start getting packed up and go and get into a bit of warmth. Get out of the wind, I think. Ironically, it's just started to drop a little bit. And right out on the taxiway, then making its way down to the start of runway 27. Looks like the Swift ATR is in the distance there as well. Oh, no, 747 in the very distance there as well. That one is scheduled to depart East Midlands just over an hour's time, an hour and 10 minutes time. One is can often run a little behind schedule. Just disappearing out of sight there. So look where the Chewy is then. That one is on the approach now. So let's just pan across for a couple of minutes then. Catch the last of the action on the DHL ramp this evening. Before we finish this evening's stream. Okay, very busy evening over at Dington Park. A lot of motorbikes and tyres screeching over there this evening. The Chewy in from Luton, then passing through 1,600 feet. And the Rhino will be departing after the landing Chewy. He's been given clearance to line up and wait after that one has landed in. Malta in from Faro at 6,000 feet now, then just north of Leicester. That one making its way down through 5,800 feet now. An EPS service in from Philadelphia. That one too making its way down through 6,600 feet now. That one heading towards Nottingham. Make a right hand turn down towards the south of Nottingham, and then another right hand turn onto the approach for runway 27. Next aircraft to land in then will be the Chewy from Luton, and then departing will be the Rhino service off to Wrocław, and that one will be the last departing aircraft of the evening stream, with the last two remaining inbounds being the Faro service operated by Malta and the Philadelphia service operated by the EPS 767. Well, thank you again for joining us this evening from East Midlands Aeropark. It turned out to be a bit of a windy, cold evening. Not too dissimilar from last Thursday. So look then in the direction of 27 as that Chewy aircraft should be making its way down towards us. There we go, then as soon as this one vacates the Rhino, just wait a few seconds before starting its takeoff roll. Departure out of East Midlands this evening. Chewy on the taxiway then, and the Rhino given takeoff clearance. That one will be making its way up towards us now. Service in from Faro on final approach as well. EPS service in from Philadelphia, making the first of the right-hand turns in towards the approach for runway 27 this evening. And a service to Wrocław on its takeoff roll now, that one making its way towards us. There you go, that one departing out to Vraslav this evening. The sky looking a little bit darker towards the west. Runner at 2,500 feet now, passing off to London Control. Malta on final approach now. That one just a couple of minutes from landing into East Midlands this evening. We'll leave the Ryanair as it departs down towards the south now. DHL are in the process of moving one of the 777s over there. We'll try and get a closer look at that just after the Malta Air lands in. That one touching down on runway 27 now. So look in the distance. Malta Air in from far over this evening then. Of course, part of the Ryanair group. UPS on final approach now. That one just being given clearance to land into East Midlands. Yeah, we'll leave the Malta as it makes its way to stand. Have a look at the 777. This one just being moved to a different stand, I think. EPS 767. This one will be the final aircraft to land in on this evening's stream. That one at 1,300 feet now. This one just being moved on to one of the remote stands this evening. Try and get a bit of a closer look just before the UPS arrives with us. Not too sure whereabouts the UPS will vacate this evening. Try and get a closer view of the 777 in case it vacates just a little further down. should be landing in just now. Then just about hear the engines on that one in the distance. There we go. It's pan away from the 777 just for the time being. EPS 767 then landing into East Midlands. We've got the service in from Philadelphia this evening then. So with that one making its way onto the taxiway and back down towards the EPS, I guess. Let's have one final look at that 777 then as it makes its way onto the ancillary stands over there this evening. There we go, quickly making its way back on. So with that then, I think we're going to call it there for this evening. So we'll leave you with a parting shot of the 777 making its way back onto the stand there. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. If you're new to joining us, please do consider subscribing. It does massively help the channel out. And to all our returning subscribers and of course our members as well for joining us this evening. Thank you very much for being with us, joining in with the chat as well, and for your continued support. But from me, for the time being, I'm off to get packed up and go and get in the warm. We should be out again on Thursday evening. We'll get a stream put up as soon as we can. And of course, thank you very much to the volunteers at the Aeropark for staying on this evening to allow us to stream from within here. And again, if you want any details of the Aeropark, have a look at the website in the stream description below. That should give you all the information you need of how to find them, what's on offer here, admission times and prices as well. We are open this Thursday to the public as part of their summer schedule, so if you are around, definitely drop down and have a look in. But from me for the time being, that's it. So I've been Tom. This has been Life Flight Action. Thank you very much for being with us this evening, and we'll see you all again very soon, hopefully Thursday. But from me, thank you very much. We'll see you on the next one.